Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening. Can anyone who has done their report explain about their report they have done? I have seen plenty of reports on the group. So anyone willing to share their screen and explain their report? Just explain whatever you know. I'll help you. Just explain your report that you have created. Some more has to join, I think, no? I saw Kavana, Tanush, Nitin, Yalni, Periyanayaki. Many have created the report, so you can share any one of your report.
Ma'am, I can share you, ma'am.
Okay. Share your screen and can you explain it, Periyanayaki?
Okay, ma'am.
Guys, I'd like to tell that Periyanayaki has got an offer, intern offer, uh, for Power BI, and she's working on it. She has been assigned some tasks and she's working on those tasks. So let's congratulate her. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Congrats, Periyanaki.
Congrats, Priyanaki.
Thank you all.
You're sharing your screen?
Yes, ma'am. This loading my data.
Okay. Anyone else is ready with their report? Just explain whatever you know, like how you analyze the data, how you created the report, what did you infer from that the report. Just explain whatever you know. I'm looking for volunteers. I don't want to pick out the name and then make you feel embarrassed or so. So I'm just not telling the name of people. But those who have done, you can just share your report, no?
Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
My screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
I'm not prepared well. Just I tell what
It's
I
okay.
did.
It's okay.
I did Netflix dashboard, ma'am. I got a data set from Google, ma'am. After that, I
Okay.
load in Power BI. After that,
Okay.
I did some cleaning process using Power Query now. Promote the headers.
Okay.
I use first row as a header now. Next,
Okay.
I change the data type. Check the data type to all columns and change the correct type. After that,
Mm.
I replace the null values. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for example, replace the null values in countries. Most of the rows are null values in country column. So I will replace the most frequent country name.
Okay.
After
Okay.
that, I removed some unwanted columns also. No?
Hmm.
Removed
Okay.
unwanted columns. No?
Okay.
After that, I go to visualization part, ma'am. Here Netflix image I got from and Google, ma'am. Uh,
Okay.
here, KP, here I'm using 6 KPIs using card visuals, ma'am.
Okay.
First one is total titles, ma'am.
Mm. Total titles, total ratings, total
Uh,
genres.
Genus, start date and end date, locations, ma'am.
Okay.
And I said background is black and cell
Mm.
value is
Mm.
white. I I did unable to category label, ma'am. And, and I
Category
on
label.
label, ma'am. After that, I on the title and using title to display the titles, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
And here I'm visual borders also I'm on, ma'am. And set to
Okay.
white color using white color, and
Okay.
I set 20 pixels to round corners of the cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Next, here I'm using journals by total titles now, using a stacked column.
Genres by total title using stacked column chart.
Stacked,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
I change a bar colors as y-axis. I'm using listed in ma'am.
Okay.
X-axis I'm using count of show IDs.
Okay.
After that, I an- you know, I choose bar colors, ma'am.
Mm. Okay.
Right? I said
Mm.
borders. Set the
Okay.
titles, ma'am, and
Okay.
align the title.
Mm.
Go to effect. I set backgrounds and on the visual borders. And visual border color I choose white color.
Okay.
After that, here I'm using movies and TV shows using donut chart, ma'am.
Okay.
Legend is type, values are count of show IDs, ma'am.
Okay.
After that,
Show ID you have taken. Okay.
yes, ma'am. After that, I change the legends colors, ma'am, and background colors. Background colors, I set visual borders and rounded corners.
Okay. Lot of
After that,
formatting was required in this chart, right?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
After that, here also using stacked bar chart, ma'am. Ratings by total title, ma'am.
Okay.
Ratings and count of show IDs, ma'am.
Okay.
Y-axis values are on, and I will edit off the y-axis title, ma'am. because it's not readable, so I off the both the X and Y axis titles now.
Okay.
Here I'm using a tree map chart.
Top 10 countries by TV shows and movies. Okay, tree map
The
chart.
tree map chart. I go to filter pan. Here I track the countries and choose top 10 countries.
Okay. So we
Next one
use
is
tree map chart when we have more categories to represent. If we have smaller 2 or 3 categories, then we go for pie chart or donut chart. When we have more categories or more subdivisions to represent, then we go for the tree map chart. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
here I am using area chart.
Okay.
X axis using release year, Y axis using count of show IDs.
Okay. Good one. Good one. You have done it well.
Thank
It's
you.
nice that you took the data from Kaggle.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just put it on chat. Kaggle, and Kaggle is the place where you'll have the repository of data source. Kaggle, and there is another site dot. These two sites that I put on the chat, no, Kaggle and data government.in. So these two sites you can get data like real-time data. If you want to see how the data will be, you can go and see this data, and you can start creating visualization after doing the transformation of the data. Okay. Okay, good one. Anyone else sharing their screen?
Can I stop sharing?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Thank you.
Ma'am, I will share my screen, ma'am.
Okay. You're sharing your screen?
Ma'am, I'm not able to share my screen, ma'am. I'm facing network issue.
Network issue, or you have to click on the screen icon that is present on share and then click the share button. Is that the
Yeah,
issue?
ma'am. Yeah,
A
yeah,
network
ma'am.
issue.
It's 1 second,
Click
ma'am.
on
I'll share.
the window, that image that is shown, and then click OK button.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, can I show my network crash report?
Yeah, yeah. Piriyanaki, go ahead.
Ma'am, can you able to my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Do you have any other visual? The same thing, or you have any other report created?
Ma'am, I done Mary and wait, ma'am.
Nitin, can you explain me what do you know about data transformation? Nitin, are you there? Edwin, can you explain about data transformation? Edwin Christopher.
Data transformation in the sense it's a kind of uh, technique to data cleaning,
Okay,
merging and splitting up the columns and all.
okay. So what are the steps involved in data transformation? Suganti, can you explain steps that we'll do in data transformation? Durga, Manasa, what are the steps involved in data transformation? Sanjay,
Home and transform data.
okay. What are the
Um,
steps involved in transform data? What are the things we'll do? Given
uh,
any data, how will you start doing the transformation?
I don't get you now.
Who can tell the answer for this data
Ma'am,
transformation?
ma'am,
Shall I,
ma'am,
ma'am?
data cleaning first step.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, Rasita, go ahead. After that, I'll give chance to Yalni and Priyanka.
Okay. Then data merging, data splitting,
Okay.
then uh, data grouping and data formatting, ma'am. I think
Okay.
so in
Okay.
end.
Okay, fine. Yalni?
Ma'am, I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Ma'am, normally data sets got from different data sources. After that, load the data in Power BI. After
Mm.
transform the data to cleaning process using Power Query. There cleaning, shaping, and shaping for data visualization, ma'am.
Okay.
Remove unwanted columns and rename the columns and filter unwanted rows, change correct data types and using conditional column if that needed,
Okay.
add
Okay. Very good.
custom
Very good.
columns
Okay.
and replace this in values.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Priyanka?
Yeah, ma'am.
If a data has a null value means at that time we should lead to transform data. It will lead our screen power query editor. There we
Okay.
can put options data cleaning. Data cleaning means removing duplicates, handling missing values, that is null values is there. We can handle that. And that
Mm.
merging means adding column to the table, and appending means adding rows to the table, and
Mm.
also data formatting. We can change the data types uh, regarding to the columns, ma'am.
Okay, very good, very good. So when will you merge the data? Anyone? When will you go for data merging? When will you do the appending of the data? Can you state some example for that?
We are having two table means we need two tables in single data sheet means at that time we'll go for merging, ma'am. For adding columns we go for merging. For adding
Okay,
rows we go for append.
okay. Example, for merging, suppose we have application tracking data set that we have done in data modeling, no? Suppose we have the data set and there are some block listed candidates, like this candidates should not appear for the interview. In that case, you are having data in two tables. One, you'll have the application data set, and another data you'll have the block listed candidates, like who can't appear. So you have to merge that thing together and get the list of the people who can't attend the interview, and you have to like you can remove them from the list. Okay. So for that purpose, you can merge that and you can find out like who are all block listed. That detail, if you want, you can merge two tables and you can do it. For appending, what we'll do is like when we are given quarterly reports, like quarterly reports, financial report, when we are given, when we have to use a quarterly report to create the year-wise fiscal report or the year-wise report, if you want to create it, then we'll append the quarterly reports. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 report, we'll append it together and then we'll create the full-fledged report. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So we were seeing about DAX in last class. So the DAX means data analytics expression. Okay. It's a library of functions and operators that can be combined to build formulas and expression by Microsoft BI tools. So this is how we write our DAX formula. Total sales is equal to sum of table name, column name. How will we write that? We'll give a name for it as total sales is equal to sum of financials means it is the name of the table and the name of the column is sales. So we'll write it this way. That's calculation type. We have two primary calculation, calculated column and measures. So measure means it will dynamically calculate the formula. Whatever formula we are writing, it will dynamically calculate that, combining and filtering model data by using multiple attributes. Create your own formula by using DAX formula bar. Result of a measure cannot be determined without context. Like total sales is equal to sum of sales amount. So this is one example for measure. In calculated column, what we have is calculated column is a column that you can add to an existing table and then create a DAX formula that defines the column's values. For example, we have calendar year Q and calendar quarter. So this is used for concatenating or combining the values. So you can create a calculated column and you can create this value, custom column that we'll create now. So you can use that for this operation. So this was the example I have given for the calculated column. I showed in last class. but someone expected me to repeat it, no? Calculated column and measure. Or is it clear for everyone? Should I
Yeah,
repeat it?
please on repeat, ma'am. Yeah.
No, ma'am,
Ma'am,
please
can
repeat,
you
ma'am.
repeat that?
Okay, okay. So we have calculated column and measures. Calculated column means it will create, it will consume memory and it will occupy the space in the table view. Okay, calculated columns. Whereas measure means it summarizes the data into a single value and the calculated at runtime and stored temporarily. So mostly we'll be using measures for our calculation purpose, but there are rare situations when we'll go for calculated columns. Okay. So I have my data over here. This is DAX data. That is a garment shop data. So I have customer name, session ID, sale date, status, order type name, token, product name, product category, cost per unit, selling per unit, quantity, cost amount, sale amount, and profit. Profit, I don't want it. Let me just delete it for now. Okay. So this is the data that I have. So I'm going to take this data into Power BI. Click on the blank report, get data. Click on the data that is there. Check in the preview if there is any transformation required. I didn't see any transformation. The data is good, so we load it. Okay, so we have the data over here. Garment shop data, we have it over here. So the table name is data, and these are all the column names. Okay. Now we are going to create the calculated column. First, we'll create the calculated column where we'll find out profit. So in the table view, if we check, we don't have the profit column. I have just removed it. We don't have the profit column over here. So I need to find out the profit to do the calculation. Okay. So for that, we'll create a new column. A new column will be added onto the table structure. So we'll name it as profit is equal to, inside square bracket, you write sales amount minus cost amount. Okay. So once you have written that and click enter, you will get the profit column with a value subtracted from that. Okay, this is an example for calculated column. If suppose you can use calculated column in another situation, like you want to combine this product category and the product name. So how will you do that? We'll create a new column where we'll combine product category and product name. I'll name it as product 1 equal to product category, and inside double quote, put some value to separate the two things so that we can see it clearly. And then the product name. So and symbol is used for concatenating two column values like this. Two string or two column values when we have to concatenate, we are using and symbol over here. Okay. And inside double quotes, I have used the separator. If nothing is needed, you can just leave that. Inside double quotes, you don't have to put anything. Okay. So when you give OK, Product 1 column has been created with the casual wear and the product name. Product category and the product name separated with a hash symbol. Okay. So this is an example for calculated column.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can I separate it with space?
Yes, you can separate with space. Take this thing out and give a space over here. Product 2 separated with space.
Ma'am, in the same table, we are concatenating two columns. Is right, ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Calculated column means actually it will occupy space in the table. In the table, you can see the output. Whereas when you're creating on measure, no, you won't be able to see that in the output. It will summarize the value and give the output. So we have to see the output in the form of visualization. Okay. So new measure, if you are creating,
Why we are creating that new measure, ma'am? Here.
measure only we'll be using for DAX functionality, whatever DAX we are writing, no, measure only we'll be using it because it does not occupy the memory space and all that. We'll be using measure only. Calculated column, you just know
Okay, that
about
is
it.
the
There are
required
situations.
output only, right? Mhm. Yeah.
Which one? The
No,
same
measure
output
only we
only.
need to. Oh,
Same output only. The way you write it actually different. See, profit, we write it over here in this way. Sales amount minus cost. Write it as sum of sales amount minus sum of cost. Something
Ma'am, your voice is
name
breaking.
also amount minus data cost
Ma'am,
amount.
your
Okay.
voice is breaking, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So profit measure will be created over here, but no profit measure will be created on our table view. It will be created only over here in the columns. So when you go to a report and when you are creating any report for that sake, you are using profit measure by location. If you want, it will show you the value. Or if you're creating any other bar chart over here, profit by location. It is the same. The one we created with the calculated column and that we created with that of the okay. Using measure or calculated column, whatever we created, it is the same. Just the calculated column, it is taking memory space, and measure, it is not taking memory space. It is dynamically calculating the values. Okay. Do you understand the difference between calculated column and measure now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is quick measure. Quick measure means that we don't have to write the DAX function. We just have to pull in the column values into the DAX area and it will start creating the formula for you. DAX formula for you will be created using the quick measure. Where is this option available? If you see, go to data, right click on it. We have new measure, new column and new quick measure we have. So click on new quick measure. Choose the calculation that you want. So average per category. So formula will be ready for you. Average value, keep filters, values, data of product category, calculate sum of data quantity. So you'll have the average value ready for you. That formula will be created for you. Okay, I haven't written any formula. It is automatically creating the formulas. So this is the example for quick measure. Okay.
Ma'am, quick measure also result in visualization part only.
Yes, yes. Or you can use in any other visuals over here. Okay. So you can use it in any of the visual quantity, average per product category by year. So in the visualization, once you have created the formulas, you can use that in your visualization. See, whenever you're creating any report, no, you won't have all the values that is needed on your data. The given data, you won't have all the values. In that situation, you need to use a calculated column or a measure to write some formula and derive the value you want. So for that situation, like any business scenario given to you, which will have some formulas to be written, then you go for this DAX formula. So this is DAX is the advanced part we are dealing. Okay, basic report. I hope you all have created some report. No, that is the basic report that you will be creating. Apart from that, if you are going for the advanced level, like you want to derive a formula, then DAX formulas are used. It is very important. DAX is very important. So we use DAX for multiple purpose. We use DAX. So we'll see one by one, like what we are going to do. What are the DAX functions available? We'll see that. So types of DAX function we have is like aggregate function, date and time functions, time intelligence functions, financial functions, and information functions. Okay. And some more like logical function, math and trigonometric, parent and child, relationship functions, statistical function, table manipulation functions, and text functions. So I have created a PPT which has a list of all the functions that are present in DAX. So in aggregation function, we have sum x, average, average a, average x, min x, max x, count a, count ax, count x, distinct count, no blank. And then calendar and date and time functions. We have calendar, calendar auto, date, date difference, day, end of date, end of month, now, today, month, quarter, and year. So these are the date and time functions. In time intelligence function in DAX, we have total month to date, total quarter to date, total year to date, parallel period, previous day, previous month, previous quarter, previous year, same period last year. So using same period last year, you'll find out like how did we perform this year when compared to that of the last year's performance. So when you have to compare it that way and create one formula, you'll use this DAX function called the same period last year. Do you understand? Same period last year means how are we performing now? How did we perform last year? You want to make a comparative study. At that time, you need to create some formula for writing that comparative study. No, to create that, you will be using same period last year formula. If you want to compare with the previous day, you will use the previous day formula. Dates between this date to this date, how did we perform? Total MTD means total month to date. That is a cumulative value. Cumulative value means it'll continuously add the values and show the total. So month to date, how did we perform in this month? How did we perform in this quarter? How did we perform it in that particular year? So to see that we have the total MTD, total QTD, and total YTD. Okay. And then we have filter function like all cross filter, all except, all no blank row, all selected, calculate table, earliest, filter, keep filter, lookup value, remove filters, selected value. These are the filter functions in DAX. So we saw some example for calculate. No, now when I created the quick filter, see here they have used the calculate DAX function. Okay, similar to that, we have some DAX function. Keep filters is one DAX function. Average AX one DAX function. So using multiple DAX function, we can write a formula. So we have like keep filter, calculate, all except. There are so many DAX formulas in filter functions. So this is all used for filtering the values in the values that you have. Okay. And then logical functions like and, bit, L shift, bit, or, bix, R shift, bit, XOR, coalesce, false, if error, not, or, switch, true. And relationship function like we are creating relationship in data modeling. No, similar to that, we can create data relationship using DAX as well. So in DAX, when we have to enable the relationship like cross filter, related table, use relationship. So all these are relationship functions in DAX. Then text function in DAX like combine values, concatenate X, exact, find, fixed, format, left, length, lower, mid, replace, repeat, substitute, search, upper, trim, value. So all these are text function in DAX. So you can use these keywords to get the text functions that you need. Okay. So these are the different type of DAX function that is available. Aggregate, date and time intelligence, financial function, information functions, logical function, math and trigonometric functions, parent and child functions, relationship function, statistical, table manipulation function, and text functions. Okay. Under each of these types, we have multiple DAX formulas. And how to write each formula, you have to know it. So for that, we can refer it on Google, or you can refer some document that I have. You will get the syntax or the formula for the DAX function. So if you want to search for the sum function, then you can type search for the sum function. Sum x, if you want to see for sum x, then you'll have the syntax over here on this document. You have the syntax which says sum x is the table and the expression values. Okay. So example for that will be like sum x filter from the table where the sales territory ID equal to 5. So this is one example. So how will you use the sum x function will be like this. So date and time function means if you are taking calendar function, you can create calendar start date, end date. Just like how we create dim date, no? In DAX function, the dim date table can be created using the calendar DAX function. So dim date, if we create date 2015 to 2021, it will create the DAX function for you. Dim date table will be created for this. So in some scenarios, you'll be using the calendar function to create your date table. Okay, I'll share this document and this PPT. Sanjay,
Present, ma'am.
Dilip, Arivamati, Anusha.
Ma'am, Arivamati.
F of dx is equal to
Your name, please.
Arivamati.
Yep, I marked it. Anusha. Yalini is present.
Present, ma'am.
Kavinaya is not there. Rahul, Sanjay,
Present, ma'am.
Suganya,
present, ma'am.
Avudayappan, Sushant, Vidya,
Yes, ma'am.
Gopu. Gopu, are you there?
Oh,
Suganti.
yes, ma'am. I just on another.
Okay.
Okay.
Bushra Begum, Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Durga Devi is there. Vardhini, Nitin,
Yes, ma'am.
Sabita, Sambhavi, Ritvik, Agilan, Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Hari, Mansa, Pramod Shetty, Shushmita. Shushmita is there. Ashwati,
Present, ma'am.
Edwin Christopher is there. Ashmita Kumari,
Pramod is present.
Ashmita, are you there?
Yes.
Perianayaki,
Yes, ma'am.
Venkatesh, Ranjit, Govardhini, Rupa, Divya,
Present, ma'am.
Saravnaraj,
Yeah, present.
Nagendra, Bauria, Abhinadas, Benita Thomas, Abhinadas,
Present.
Unmati,
Present, ma'am.
Jasir Ahmed,
Jasir present, ma'am.
Aarti.
Ma'am, Benita present. Benita Thomas present.
Okay. Aarti, Yamini, Pavitra,
Present.
Girish.
Present, ma'am.
Girish is present. Lavanya,
Present, ma'am.
Rasita is present. Sindhu Sai,
Present, sir.
Sandhya, Nancy Prabhu is present.
Present, ma'am.
Kamna, Rahul, Shankar, Ashwati. Ashwati name is repeated, I guess, no?
Ma'am, I'm present. Manisha
Manisha.
Priyadarshini. 44.
Okay. So DAX functionality, we'll see about some sumx function, why we need to, what is the difference between sum and sumx function. Then we'll see about row context and filter context. What is meant by row context? Row by row, we'll be calculating the value. So that is called as a row context. And then we'll see as filter context, which means that to filter out the values and show the output, we'll be using filter context. Okay. So we'll see that in the next class. So do you have
Ma'am,
any other doubt or anything to discuss over here in today's class?
ma'am, can I share my internship experience?
Yes, you can share.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Those who are wants to Power BI internship, please apply in the link in Cognify Technologies. I will share the applied link in WhatsApp group. I will share my screen, ma'am.
Okay.
After applied, you will get the internship. If you are shortlist, you will get the internship offer letter in email, and they will give the 7 tasks for you. One second.
Share your screen, Perianayaki. Yeah, we are able to see a screen.
Okay, ma'am. They will give a data set and Power BI task list. The internship is duration is 1 month, and they will give 7 tasks for you. The data exploring and summary. They will give the steps also: data import, exploring analysis, calculate statistics, and the second one is gender based analysis. The third one is objective analysis, investment duration and frequency, reason for investment, and the source of information combined inside into your dashboard. So you complete the 7 tasks, you will submit the task in zip file through submission link. After you completing the task, then they will conduct the interview for the internship. If you pass the interview, you will get the stipend and work with Cognify Technologies. Otherwise, you will get the internship certificate only. So it is useful for the fresher and experience also. I will share the applied link. Please go through on it.
Okay, Perianayaki, thank you.
Thank you,
It'll
ma'am.
be helpful for many people.
Okay, ma'am. I will
Thank
share
you.
the applied link in WhatsApp, ma'am. WhatsApp group, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, share it in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any other discussion? Anyone wants to tell anything or any doubt in today's class? Before I go into DAX functionality, I'll make you have base knowledge on data transforming, data modeling, and then we'll go for DAX functionality. That's why I was revising the topic today, because DAX will be little difficult to understand. So it is advanced level. Okay. Advanced level formulas like business scenario when you're facing it after going to work, no? There you have to use this DAX functionality to achieve your goal. So for that purpose, you need some hands-on. So that hands-on, I'll give it in the class. From tomorrow's class, I'll give the DAX functionality hands-on. So you can try that. Mm, okay, today I'll share the data set that I have discussed, and the DAX functions, I'll share that. Okay, guys. Perinaiki, thank you so much for your contribution in the class today.
Thank
So
you, ma'am.
everyone will be benefited out of it. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
okay, ma'am. I will watch the recordings.